What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Should I Invest? And in this video, we're going to be talking about a name that's been controversial, that has a lot of people bag holding it. But in today's video, from a lot of requests, we're going to dive in and see if this is something that you should continue to hold or possibly start a position on. All right. So before I get into it, make sure you guys go ahead, like, subscribe, comment down below what stock you want me to look at next, and I'll be more than happy to do so. So with that said, the stock we're looking at today is CHPT. Look at this chart, from $50 all the way down to $8. Is this something you want to be caught in? Well, let's run the numbers and take a look. All right, so with that said, I have my handy dandy MarketSmith tool. This is a tool that allows me to do financial research on stocks that I want to invest in on the long term. If you guys don't have it and want to get your copy, the link is in the description down below. Make sure you guys go ahead and get it. All right, so now I also have my handy dandy Excel sheet that's going to tell us what we want and how, if it's going to pass or fail, and we have our Yahoo Finance. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and start plugging in some of these numbers and see if this is going to pan out. All right, so we're going to look at our handy dandy Excel sheet. We're going to come down here. We're going to type in CHPT. It's going to start loading some data, and right away negative EPS, so means PE is negative, and return on equity is also going to be a blank. All right, so let's go ahead and double check that with MarketSmith. To do that, we're going to come here to the left, and we're going to see return on equity right here. All right, return on equity, you can see it's NA, and that's simply because we have a negative EPS. All right, so we're going to put that as well. So now let's go ahead and look at some of the numbers. All right, so we're going to pull this up here. We're going to look at total debt. Go ahead and come down. We're going to go to balance sheet, and we're going to look at total debt. All right, so total liabilities sitting at around 724. So we're going to plug that in right here. I don't know what that is. Perfect. And then total assets right here. Okay, so this alone looks okay. 1.49. You can pay off its total debts by its total assets at least 1.5 times. Now let's look at current debt. So total current liabilities is 284, and total current assets, we got 7. So again, total debt, the total current debt to asset ratio adds up. Now we got to look at operating income and total revenue. To do that, we're going to come to the income statement, and we're going to look at operating income. So operating income is a negative number, right? And then we have total revenue. Perfect. And that's minus 73. So not something you want to see, especially when the company is, you know, a negative EPS. Right off the bat, you got 3 red things coming for you, right? So you have to make it up on the other side, and it becomes a problem when you start going into the red on the second half of the sheet here. Okay, so with that said, let's go ahead and look at the cash flow. We're going to go here to the cash flow, and let's take a look. So minus 102, minus 103, minus 173, minus 285. Okay, so unfortunately, this is also decreasing. Now let's look at owned by management. So to see here, owned by management, 24% is owned by management. Pretty big number. I think the biggest we've seen so far was right here. It was on Spotify. 30% was owned by management, and then you had AI, which was 29%, and Tesla 21%. So I mean, by just look at Tesla, look at Spotify, management owns quite a bit, AI as well. So it could be a sign that they believe in the company. They own 24%, but let's go ahead and keep looking. Fund ownership here. Let's take a look at the fund ownership. We got MarketSmith that's going to tell us that. And since September 2021, it looks like it's been increasing a little bit. So let's take a look. September 2021, 197. 258, 260, 290, 320, 329, 322, 329. So on this side of it, I want to say it's increasing. All right. So unfortunately, it does give us a fail. But remember, a lot of the times when we're looking at lower growth or early growth stocks, these EPSs and PEs right off the bat being negative really affects the outcome of this figure. Remember, this is based on key metrics on a sound company. So when your company right off the bat does not have a positive EPS, does not have positive PE, return on equity, or their operating income is negative, this is going to affect how this portrays. Now, not to say it's a terrible company to invest in. Again, you need to do more due diligence and research than just simply this Excel sheet. But if you've done that and they're just too early in their phase to really establish whether or not this is going to be a sound company or not, what you could do, you can see back in 2019 when this opened up, it opened up at around $9.80. Currently, the price is sitting at around $8. So if this is something you believe in, maybe you start dollar costing average down here. I don't want to say go full size here simply because you never know what can happen with stocks like this. So you can dollar cost average here, start at 8, possibly look to add if it gets down to around 4, and build yourself a nice base. So when this company gets its stuff together, you can really see that pop. Again, you have to understand what a good company is and how much of your portfolio to allocate to that, and what a bad company or a company that doesn't do well on the Excel sheet, and how you should allocate what amount or what percentage into those companies. Your portfolio should be a variety of good companies, growth companies, risk companies. Essentially, what you should be doing is making sure the percentage you invest in each one of these is different based on the risk tolerance. All right, so hopefully you guys did find value in this. If you did, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe, comment down below what stock you want me to do next, and if you guys can support the channel, go ahead and hit that alert button, notification button, so you can get notified every time I post a video. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.